So to talk about Dave, we'd have to go back to fall 2003. That's when I first met him. I heard he was a professor at Biola, and he was always looking for interns because he was also a pastor at a church down in Dana Point. So we were looking for a church and ended up coming down. He right away became just a key figure in my life, modeling ministry and what it was to pastor and work with youth and also be a husband and a dad.
It was fun to watch Dave lead Derek and just guide him to being a better pastor and to raise him up in that and to just teach him and guide him.
I think Dave's, when we did premarital counseling, opened our eyes to a lot of different things. When you're young and dumb and think you have the world figured out and you're like, oh, what's premarital counseling? What is he going to tell us that we don't already know? And shockingly a lot that you don't really consider, and things along the lines like a budget that you don't really consider, oh, we got it all figured out, was really helpful because it breaks down every single thing that you never even considered as a young, dumb person.
And we still to this day use his budget, and it helps us now just with our current stages of life and our future, and we love it.
Dave's played a really critical role in our lives. When I think about leaderships, I think about Proverbs that talks about wise counsel and everything rises and falls on leadership. And David just is a center, a pillar in that capacity.
They extended their extra room to me at a time I just needed to escape my house. And Stephen and I were just a few months out from getting married, and so they did all the wedding stuff with me and helped plan. And Amy and Adam were flower girl and ring bearer, and so it was just a really cool time to be around them and them to kind of help guide me in that time.
He's taught me what it looks like to have a willing heart to change and to allow other people to speak into me as an individual and to be able to influence me to be a better leader and a better woman of God.
Man, Dave's impacted my life ever since I was in the 6th grade, and he would give me rides back and forth to church, and he's really loving and shepherding, cared a lot about me my whole life. He's been through good times and bad times with me. Dave's just a really, really nice guy.
I've always struggled with the relationship I've had with my own dad, and when I needed him the most, Dave filled in the best fatherly way possible.
I think Dave is made of the very best clay that God has. He just continues to bring up great leaders. And if you think of the people that he brought us, with Dana and Derek and Hannah, and just how much quality they have. And it's a beautiful thing when somebody follows Christ like that. And I've always admired him for that, in the way that he lives his life. And his ministry goes, it doesn't stop, at church. It goes into his family, into what he does with his children. And he's just a great man, and I love him.
Dave, I just want to say thank you for the many years of dealing with my immaturity and growth, and always have been on my side and taken my side, and whether it be defended me if I needed to be, or just felt welcome, and I just thank you for the years of serving side by side and the growth, and I pray that we are friends for many years.
Dave, I just wanted to thank you for being such a strong support system for me and for my family, and for opening up your home to me at a time when I needed it. And your family has been such a blessing to me and to Stephen, and we love you guys a lot.
Thank you for setting an example. Man, so many things. Setting an example in teaching, setting an example in living. I've seen so much in your life. At Biola, here at South Shores, and just thank you for always so intentionally teaching me and so intentionally seeking out what's best for me, and always ready to step in, show me how to always be pointed back to God. I've been so grateful to know you for these past 4 years.
Hey, brother, thank you. Dave, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being counsel for me and my family, and just being able to bounce ideas off you, I should say. And thank you for just being the person that you are.
Dave, personally, just want to thank you for everything you have done on our church campus, certainly, and then selfishly, as you know, the impression you made with Jessica, my own daughter.
Dave, we wanted to thank you for being real, for being honest, for being a true leader, and be able to push us in a way that made us our marriage and our faith stronger in the end.
And thank you so much just for welcoming us and loving us and treating us as family throughout our journey. We love you.
You have been such a great source of encouragement and prayer in my life, my family's life. We couldn't be more grateful for you and Jesus working through you in such magnificent ways.
It's because of you, Dave, that I can call South Shores home.
Dave, I love you. You're the one constant I've not been able to shake, even when I've tried my hardest. Thank you for being you.
Dave, I just want to say thank you. First of all, you have been an incredible mentor for a good portion of my life. You've been a great encouragement. You've helped me see gifts and strengths that I couldn't see, and have always encouraged me along the way. So thank you so much. You are a very inspiring person to me.
Dave, thank you for leading my husband and for guiding him and building his strength. And thank you for caring for our family and loving us and guiding us as a couple.
Well, Dave, thank you personally for the efforts you made with our sons Graham and Cody through the years. Personally from Linda and I, just how we were able to witness through your ministry and just the fondness that you have and the love you have for the Lord, and being able to impart that to the young people of today and fostering that relationship, and then encouraging it also to blossom within their own families as well.
Dave, thank you very much for your ministry, and I've appreciated getting to serve side by side with you, and we just look forward to this next chapter of you being the professor, and then also guiding and inspiring young adults here at South Shores. God bless you and your family. Thank you for your ministry.
So Dave, you know, we've had great times together on the missionary trips, and I just thank you so much for all the memories of the missionary trips, all the shenanigans we went through. And I just wanted to say, Dave, keep your glass half full. I know you're going to need a bigger glass now, but keep it half full. I know you always do, because there's always room for growth in you, and that's one thing I really love about you.
You truly are the man that Paul describes in 1 Timothy about what a leader should look like. You live it at home, and you live it at church and everywhere else, and that's what we love about you, Dave.
Dave, I want to thank you for just helping me through the hard times, for pointing to Jesus when, I was confused, for pointing out how ridiculous some of my ideas were, and how I was able to do the same, and how we never really got in a smackdown drag-out. We were able to have grace, and that's what I love about you. You always have grace. I mean, you're kind of a redhead, so you get hot at certain moments, but after you think about it a while, you'd always come back, and we would always have a good, solid, connection, like, okay, we're gonna do this, and this is how it's gonna be, and we would always have a good common ground to agree upon it. And you are a great mentor, a great leader, and a great friend, and I'll always love you.
Thank you, Dave, for being such a good father figure, another dad that I had.
And thank you for just making a huge impact on our lives and just being a forever family to us.
Thank you, Dave.
And he has, at every point, been the man who's been empowering me and my gifts and my service and ministry. And that has just largely blessed our marriage and our relationship. And I and we are forever grateful to Dave.
Are you done? Are you done? Thank you, Dave, for blessing our relationship and our marriage. And I thank you for the encouragement that you've given my wife in her work and what she does here at the church. I appreciate it, and I know that I can see the fruits of what you've done for her.
Thank you, Dave, for being a great pastor and a great father and a great husband, for an example for me and Dana to look up to.
Dave, thank you for pursuing me as a middle schooler, for discipling me as a high schooler, training me as an intern, and laboring next to me side by side as we've ministered together these past few years. And I truly could not say all of the ways that God has used you in my life, Dave, and I am absolutely thankful for you, eternally grateful for you. And I hope that you know that I would not be Dana Dill as I am today without the way that God has used you in my life. Dave, please continue to be my father in the faith. Continue to be my Paul. I'll continue to be your Timothy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
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 Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. What? You did it so slowly. Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Except I'm looking up here. That's super.
We are the worst. Thank you, Dave. Okay, this is so stupid. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dr. Keehn.
Thanks, Dave. You rock.
Thank you, Dave.